Hello and welcome to the LFS report. My name is Ronald Grossmann and today we take a look at the 7th round of Cityliga Season 19. This time with the fast F08 on Westhill over 52 laps, so one long race. There was a mandatory pit stop within the pit stop window between laps 17 and 35, where all tires had to be changed, and in grid 1 there was an additional special condition. There the drivers had not only to change the tires but also the tire compound. The qualification was a 15-minute hardcore qualification, so Shift P or S wasn't allowed. Now if you want to get to know the track better, then take a look at the track presentation of Dom and me, and for the others let's start in grid 2. On pole we see the green F08 of Extreme, but originally Arnie was on pole, followed by Tyan, a new driver, but both had to use Shift P or S and therefore had to start from the back. Then they go into the race. The uncontrolled F08 at the start was IOD Wolf, who magically only destroyed the start of his teammate with his spinning. The rest of the field now gets into the second turn. We see Lazar took over the lead and many drivers had to use the gravel on the exit of the turn 2. Now the big and fast S's, which were especially difficult on the start due to the slipstream of your opponent ahead. Now through the chicane, where Extreme managed to close up the gap to Lazar again and reach his slipstream. And now the big downhill S, where Extreme attacked Lazar for the lead and took it back. Tyan, the new driver, had a very good pace but seemed to be a little bit uncautious. In front of him Mikey23 lost his F08 and Tyan didn't avoid the contact, so he spun out of control and therefore lost 2 positions. Extreme held the lead until lap 23, where he came for his mandatory pit stop. He nearly crashed into Sir Bloom as he entered the pit lane a lot faster than him. Ardi, who took over the lead from Extreme, decided to take his pit stop very late in the pit stop window, so he came in lap 32. Since Extreme got stuck in the traffic behind him with lapping, he lost a lot of time, and therefore Ardi left the pit lane still in the lead. And again, bad time with lapping. This time with Bernti, who can't avoid the contact with his teammate Mikey. Bernti simply dodged into the wrong direction and therefore lost his position to Lazar. Tyan, who sticked out of the whole race with his bad behavior during lapping, now finally exploded in lap 42. It seems that he tried to push Silent out of the way and therefore spinning Silent into the tire stacks, but that's not enough. He lost control before the last turn and then gave up his race, but not without blaming all the others for his crap. He will be suspended from the Cityliga for the rest of this and the next season. A few laps before the end of the race, Ixnay gets a chance for position 5 with Martin. He used the slipstream on the start-finish lane and passed Martin easily on the inside. So Artie won the race and was very happy about it, followed by Extreme, then with already a lap behind Lazar, followed by Bernti, then as we saw Ixnay before Martin and then Mikey. On 8th with another lap behind, Bootsy, Silent, Grissom, then Kniskling and Wolf. In grid 1 we see Shooty on pole, followed by Shippy and Morvai, but also here in grid 1 the originally pole sitter Kapal had to be put back on the field due to his Shift P at the end of the qualification. And now here the start into the 52 laps. We see Shippy already under attack from Morvai into the second turn, but due to the slipstream, Morvai couldn't hold his line and had to back off and lost many positions. Now through the chicane, we see Shooty with a big enough gap to Shippy, so he didn't have to expect an attack up the straight. In lap 6, Morva was closing up again on Shippy towards the downhill S, but he braked too late and slipped into Shippy's slipstream, nearly turning him. Behind them, Dom had to brake very hard, losing momentum, but Winkler saw his chance, passing this group on the outside, very spectacular. Now into the last turn, Winkler defended himself inside and therefore blocked Shippy. But on the outside, Morva used the space to get a good exit, and thanks to the slipstream of Winkler, he attacked him on the outside for turn 1 and passed him. And behind them, Dom also passed Shippy. Shooty lead the race due to the fight behind him. He already had quite a big gap. But in lap 8, it seemed that he had a crash to desktop or a steering wheel malfunction. Out of turn 1, he hit the wall on the right side and had to go through the gravel. In addition, he got some serious suspension damage out of this, and he had to make an additional repair pit stop before the pit window opened. So Marcel, who started on R4 tires, took over the lead from Shooty and used his pit stop quite early in lap 20 to change to the faster R3 tires. We saw that he was closely followed by Morwai, so at this point those two were the hottest candidates for the win. But a couple of laps later, Marcel took himself out of the race for the win with a slight mistake in the fast SS here, which led to a not so slight accident and an additional repair pit stop. In lap 34, so one lap before the pit stop window closed, Dom came to his pit stop on position 3. The problem with tire compound change, or setup change in general, during pit stop was that you also have to repair your car, so you can't avoid that. So Dom, in contrast to his opponents, changed his suspension in a way that he didn't pick up damage in the chicane as the others did, so he avoided the additional time for repairing in his pit stop. In lap 35, so the latest possibility for the mandatory pit stop, many drivers made them. Morway, who was in the lead, came before Winkler in the pits. Both changed from R3 to R4, as did Dom one lap before, but Winkler got a quicker stop than Morway, so both left their pits simultaneously. But the big pit stop winner was Dom, who took over the lead due to his even quicker pit stop. In the last couple of laps there was a big fight for the second position between Winkler, Morwai and Kapal. Up the hill we see Winkler defending himself against Morwai in his slipstream. Morwai with the attack on the outside. They turned in side by side. And there was a little bit of contact too, which Kapal now tried to benefit off, slipping through on the inside. Kapal had the advantage that he started with the R4 tires and is now on his faster R3 tires in contrast to Winkler and Morwai. Winkler now with the attack on the inside into the last turn. They go through side by side, but Kapal had the better exit. And now Winkler tried to use the slipstream again, but Kapal tried to defend. Winkler pushed for the attack on the inside, giving Kapal a bad line through turn 1. And so Winkler stayed on second and Kapal fell back again behind Morwai. Two laps later, Morwai got the same chance again on Winkler. This time he got much more momentum up the hill and passed him even before the turn. And on the end of the same lap and the beginning of lap 50, Kapal got into the slipstream of Winkler, entering the start-finish lane. Winkler with wide and a lot of lane switching, but it wasn't of use. Kapal caught him on the inside for turn 1. And finally, at the beginning of the last lap, Kapal got his hands on Morvai, who he passed similar to Winkler, taking over position 2. So the victory went to Dom and his brilliant pit stop strategy, followed by Kapal. On third, now Winkler, because Morvai got a time penalty for the situation with Shippy in the aftermath. On fifth, Schumi with an inconspicuous but safe race, followed by Martin, then Marcel, closely followed by me, then Shooty before Marty, Asconabi and Predator. So now again, time for the points. In grid 2, Lazar in the lead, followed by Chrism and Wolf, all 3 relegators from grid 1. Martin up to position 4, then Mikba, Silent, Uzi, Spooky and Mikey. Kimi on 10th lost quite some positions, followed by Brutals and Knistling. In grid 1 we see with only 1 round left, Winkler on position 1 with 65 points advantage. Since his drop result is 170 points and he therefore get at least this amount in the last race, he is already the old and new Cityliga champion. Congratulations to his 5th in total and 4th Cityliga championship in a row, with a tremendous performance through the season with no result worse than 4th. The second position is still on debate between Marcel on 2nd and Dom on 3rd. Kapal with his catching up, now on 4th, changing position with Shippy. Morvai also changing position with Shooty. On 8th, Marty, followed by me, Shumi, Wicked and Ascona B. The team title is also on debate, since 111 points are realistically catchable for the Aero Mines, since there seem to be only 2 active drivers left in co-racing. On 3rd, Burner Crew 1, closely followed by Extreme Racing, then World Class Lions, Heroes of Racing, Burner Crew 2, IOD Racing, Burner Crew 3 and Cooler Moonstruck Rhinos. So we got a new Cityliga champion with Winkler, but the second place and the best team is still under debate, so be sure to tune in the livestream tonight, because the final round will be the day this report will be released. I hope you liked this LFS report. If so, consider leaving me a like or even a comment. As always, I put the links to the stats and the livestream of Tilo and Dave into the description. So see you next week to the report of the final round. Until then, bye.